guys, so in honor of 420, I put together a list of 10 very important facts that I think everyone should know about marijuana. Number 1, it's becoming legal. Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and Alaska, and the District of Columbia have passed measures to legalize marijuana use, while an additional 14 states have decriminalized certain amounts of marijuana. Number 2, whenever it is legalized, you see positive effects almost immediately. January 1st, 2014 was when Colorado's first recreational weed dispensaries began to open. Recreational weed sales ranked in $53 million in tax revenue, some of which is being allocated to upgrade or rebuild schools. The state's also saving upwards of $40 million to $60 million in law enforcement costs. That's a lot of money in law enforcement costs, which brings me to my third point. A lot of people are being arrested for this. Roughly 750,000 people are arrested each year because of marijuana. Most of these cases are just for possession alone. Now that comprises about half of all the drug arrests in the United States, which means that one person is arrested for marijuana use every 42 seconds. Number 4, the reason that it's illegal has nothing to do with science or negative effects, it's because people were racist. The criminalization of marijuana in the early 20th century had nothing to do with any scientific assessment of the risks, but rather racial prejudice and politics. The first anti-marijuana laws in the Midwest and Southwest during the early 1900s were directed at Mexican migrants and Mexican Americans. And guess what? Number 5, it's still racist today. Latino and Black communities today are still subject to widely disproportionate marijuana enforcement practices, even though these groups are no more likely than whites to use or sell marijuana. According to a 2012 ACLU report, Black people are 3.7 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana possession than white people, despite comparable usage rates. Number 6, we spend a lot of money. States spent an estimated $3.61 billion enforcing marijuana possession laws in 2010 alone. Number 7, there is no evidence that implementing medical marijuana laws increases its rate of use. Actually, in the majority of medical marijuana states, usage decreased after these laws were passed. And it's important to remember that most people who do use marijuana don't use other illegal drugs. A lot of people who use cocaine and heroin and LSD are likely to use marijuana because it's the most easily accessible drug, but that doesn't mean that people who use marijuana are necessarily going to use these more serious drugs. New evidence actually suggests that marijuana can function as an exit drug, helping people reduce or eliminate their use of more harmful drugs by easing withdrawal symptoms. Number 8, marijuana does not cause long-term cognitive impairment. Yes, people who use marijuana temporarily display a diminished capacity to learn and recall new information, but this diminishment only lasts for the duration of the intoxication. There's no convincing evidence that heavy long-term marijuana use permanently impairs memory or other cognitive functions. Number 9, marijuana is actually very helpful in treating the symptoms of a variety of different medical conditions. For many seriously ill people, medical marijuana is the only thing that they can use to alleviate their symptoms or actually reduce their symptoms without debilitating side effects. Marijuana has been shown to alleviate symptoms of a wide range of debilitating medical conditions, including cancer, HIV/AIDS, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, post-traumatic stress disorder, epilepsy, Crohn's disease, and glaucoma. And it's an effective alternative to narcotic painkillers. Number 10, marijuana use is not associated with an elevated risk of cancer. And beyond that, it's not even associated with any other kind of permanent harm to your lungs, like emphysema, COPD, or anything that reduces function, even after years of frequent use. And guess what? Now we're starting to find that it can actually be used to treat cancer. The National Institute on Drug Abuse is quietly acknowledging the medicinal value of marijuana, specifically its ability to help treat cancer. Recent animal studies have shown that marijuana can kill certain cancer cells and reduce the size of others. Evidence from one animal study suggests that extracts from whole plant marijuana can shrink one of the most serious types of brain tumors. Research in mice showed that these extracts, when used with radiation, increase the cancer-killing effects of radiation. And even with all of that, it's still classified as a Schedule 1 substance falling under the same category as heroin. Which makes absolutely no sense. The number of deaths attributed to marijuana use, 0. It has medical benefits, and clearly legalizing it would reduce costs to society, people would be getting arrested less. There's so many benefits to it, so what are we waiting for? Let's legalize it. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Do you think we should legalize it? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it everywhere, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone who's a Patreon, and thank you to everyone who's buying my t-shirts available at JaclynGlen.com. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!